All right, so I don't know what happened here. I actually hit the button for my stream by accident. So I don't know how that happened. Oh, that sucks. And I'm over here trying to do the voice changer thing and just, play around with it because, that's the whole thing is to play with the voice streamer, stream deck, whatnot, and, play around with it because, of course, you want to get involved with it, with your stuff. But it sucks that, my bad, I've canceled my stream there earlier. It sucks that it does not want to pick up or anything like that. So, and that's what I'm trying to do right now is just hold it down, man. It's like, what's going on? Why all of a sudden my stream just crashes, because everything's in a push to the button. Oh man, my life sucks. Anyways, yeah, today I'm using my alt, progressing some story here. So many of y'all don't know that I do have a thing here on story. So I'm playing on widescreen TV, and basically it's just me right here playing around with it. But let me go ahead and try to move my character a little bit. Hold on. So I don't know. I'm trying to find out for my stream here some things that were not working, especially for trying out my little stuff here, because there's been some buttons I push and they're not making that sound. So I'm like, okay, I made a mistake there.
Sloppy.
Yeah, I know. They're very sloppy. Yeah, but it is everything with my stream deck here, so I'm just trying to play around with it. Oh, not. Let me go ahead and open my quest, because I was doing a quest earlier today, and it's called Yggdrasil. And it says talk to the Laville and Pioneer, so I gotta talk to Laville and the Pioneer's location. So I am over here now. Let me get my eyes over here. Oh, we're going the wrong way. And what happened to our macros? Oh, there they are. I was like, what the hell? Her macros are all gone. Yeah. All right. Oh, there goes the cutscene here, but go take my character real quick to where she needs to go, because I'm also playing Final Fantasy 14 on the side, camping a notorious monster called Divadipa. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm putting on the side here, playing on the side here, trying to see if that monster pops. I already claimed them today. I got my little Dumbo outfit. I need one more chi in my alt, and I'll get that mount for her. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go ahead and do that. Everybody's camping this right now, so I was like, okay, let me just chill here for now. Yeah, so this is the level as Hadessa. Perfect timing as always. I wish I could do the voice acting here, but I can't today. Well, not the voice acting, but actually using the yeah, some stuff here that I wanted to use and it's not working, especially on this kind of stuff. There you go. Yeah, how about that? Give that bitch the beats. I actually can hear myself, but you probably heard or hear me double. Because it's not picking up like as it should. Alright, let me take that shit off. Alright, here we go. Alright, turn it off. Alright, chill. I want to be here in your minds. Okay, we're done. Alright, we're done here. We're done. We're done. We're done with this voice thing. It ain't working. But I got some things going on here. It's actually, yeah, that's a big fail, man. Yeah. So it says, with the way of you have been cozying up to our dear princess of late, it only makes sense. Let me share you with something juicy. Ingrid of the Order is of Weatherspoon is due to return to Adolin from a brief sojourn of the Middle Lands. Okay, Adolin. I should say Adolin. Don't be fooled by her fair complexion and youthful attire. She is one of our of the Order's most respected exorcists, with capabilities beyond her years. Okay. What's an exorcist? Never heard of them. Okay. Like, what's an exorcist? You got rocks for brains? Let me see if I explain this in the simple terms possible. Undead, bad. No undead, good. Okay, so I suppose this will be a bit complicated. Done. The exorcist is a wild mage, focusing not on the path of the rest and respite, but rather than, smithing with the wicked of divine fury. So I'm gonna try something out real quick. I'm gonna see if this thing works. Forgive me if it doesn't work, because it might crash my game here in a minute. Oh, it doesn't work. Good, it doesn't work here. Okay, it doesn't work here, but if I go to a web page, it might work. So, yeah, this is my stream chat here, guys. So, I got something called Zoom, and I noticed I've been having problems, especially when I'm reading some things and people can't really read them. So my whole thing is when I go to the website or anything like this, like for example, if I want to read something, y'all want to read with me, especially on interviews, I think I should be able to start. Actually, no, it should work. It should work already. Let's see, hold on. That should work. That should definitely work. I don't know why it doesn't work. So, our last interview was with Kawasu. So they're gonna be interviewing another person here, and of course, that's another thing that I've been wanting to talk to people about. That I can get a little zoom in here like this. So that's the coolest thing, that now I can share the screen, and like I said, read over with people. And just to talk about, what they're talking about in Final Fantasy 11 and what they're doing, I think that's freaking awesome. Anyways, Kawasu is one of the Square Enix directors of Saga series, who's also been involved with the scenario direction and production and series. He was also the teacher for Masui P, teaching all the stuff in there. Told him not to come to Square Enix, and he did anyways. He didn't listen to. So you could tell what kind of student Matsui P is all about, eh? But yeah, this is the whole thing about it, and it's cool because I can go further down, and if I leave, I can still, do that. With the right click, I can just go bottom up, zoom it again if I have to, Talked about the whole story. It's pretty damn cool. I love the zoom, especially widescreen. This kind of situation people can't see. And this is what I think, about this whole thing with 11. And what entertains me is this kind of stuff, this topics of the game. That will it come back as an MMO? Would it do what it's gonna do with it? So Mr. Kawase always mentions some things in here, and it caught my attention of what he's talking about. With multi-platforms becoming normal thing now. Final Fantasy 11 was the first video game and MMORPG to go multi-platform. To PS2, to PC, to Xbox 360. Now, and everything now is all in PC now. You can't really play on the system anymore. But a lot of people, don't like. They're not really computer savvy. They want people to go consoles and whatnot. But then again, if they want to go for a broader audience, you got to do a lot of stuff to the game. You want to go multi-platform and whatever. See, and this is the part I think is. I think it's this part. In the midst of struggle, you have to satisfy your audience in a way that only games could, which is quite a daunting task. There's no way for us to know which path leads to success, or even know what situation will be like in the future. Sorry, I'm going way too close there. Okay, so there's some parts in here. I'm trying to find it, and what caught my attention is, what does Final Fantasy want to do? What does Final Fantasy 11 want to do? What is it planned for? Is it planned to make a comeback? Does it want to make a comeback? Yeah, I mean, how are they going to bring? Because they want to bring in new people, so they have to do a remake. They have to add in things and stuff like that, so people can actually try and play. So let me go ahead and I'm about to turn on my camera here, so y'all can see my ugly ass face here. Yeah, there we go. Hello. So yeah, the whole thing here is, I'm trying to find that part, and last time in one of my streams I was talking about this, and the game development certainly take longer, especially through the RPGs and so on. So. And this was in my last stream, but I actually did something. He talks about stuff, but actually I should go ahead and at least read the whole thing here, and discuss about the whole thing with Ms. Matsui P and Mr. Kawasu. And like I said, this is the sixth interview part 4. I'm sorry, part 4 and the 6th interview, and this just talks about the whole thing here. So let me go ahead and get a close up here. Ooh, not too close, but enough. Okay. So MMORPGs can't betray the player's expectations. So, Mr. Kawasu, what do you believe in the reason that Final Fantasy has been able to continue for almost 20 years? Mr. Kawasu, ultimately, it means Final Fantasy has been successful in maintaining a service. So maintaining a service for their fans they establish a sort of trust between the fans and the operations team, which I think is wonderful. Yes, it is. That I believe that is. You have to have communication with your customer. What do they want? Okay, look, I want a sandbox MMO, but I like the theme park. Hey, I want to make a sand park. That's fusion. That I think they could do. Let's remake 11. A lot of majority of the people who want is a remake of 11. They do want to add some other stuff that I believe that they want to add, like other parts of the game. They want to add like the gathering from New World. Oh, that is such a beautiful gather system, dude. That's every MMO that wants something like that, and New World has it. Man, they need to. Final Fantasy needs to step up their game to get something like that. The gathering, the fishing, the botanist, the mining, the jumping, and the swimming, and Final Fantasy 11. excellent. Changing jobs anywhere, excellent. The crafting, and I want to say the crafting New World is good. It's bad. It's awesome. I like the crafting and 14. Honestly, I think that's beautiful game. You know that for me, I like the crafting. But the story, man, I love the story in 11. 11 has a very beautiful story. It's just as beautiful as Final Fantasy 14 story. Now I'll say 14 is a great story. I was a little disappointed with Endwalker in a way. I was hoping for something a little different, but then again, I had to see it as a different title, a different universe. You know, this is not going to change. They're not going to make like a collaboration or fuse a game into one. You know, they're not going to do that. But it is a great story. It's not a bad story, but there's some things I do have questions. I felt like they left some holes, many holes in Endwalker, and I found them. You know, me personally, I question the lore now. You know, a lot of people, you know, love the game so much, and there's some who don't like it. They felt like the races don't belong there. I do kind of feel that too. The races from Final Fantasy, I'm talking about the races from Final Fantasy X, the Rothgar, the Final Fantasy 11 races, and all the 5 originals, and the Final Fantasy 12. It feels empty, like they're just familiars. That's what a lot of people are talking about, and a lot of people don't agree that they were familiars. There's a lot of people who do not agree with that, but honestly, they are. And they are. If you read carefully, the races that are there now are created by magic, and they were actually meant there to be harvested to bring back the ashes. So each soul of the ashes are inside these familiars somehow. It's just strange. It's very weird, you know, in that situation there. Let me get a little bit reading there. Although we can't, Mr. Masui replies, although we can't really tackle this large-scale projects with our current structure, I still have an opportunity for those new endeavors, since they can still make and a lot of things through scripts. There's already a solid foundation in place in Final Fantasy 11. There's a solid foundation. Okay. So all we need to do is create the content, and it can be delivered to our players straight away. So, there's a foundation. All they need to do is create the content, and it can be delivered to the players right away. In that sense, I feel that we have fast-paced development environment. What does that mean? Do you have any plans? Mr. Kawasu responds, do you have any plans for a standalone version of Final Fantasy XI where you can play through the story? Well, that sounds like Final Fantasy 14. Maybe Mr. Kawasu doesn't know that in 14 you can solo the story, but yeah, kind of. Solo the story, you still participate with other players to get through it, okay? So, we talked with a bit of our discussion of Mr. Saito's in regard of the recent announcement of Dragon Quest X offline. They're talking about an offline game, but I bet a lot of people will want a standalone version. True. There's a lot of people who want to play Final Fantasy 11. People were pissed off. They were pissed about 11 being MMORPG. They didn't like that. A lot of single players don't like that. But for the MMORPG players, they loved it. I say that game was very addicting. That's to be expected, of course, but it's in our duty as developers to make the call. For example, when it comes to cooking, this is the thing that I wanted to talk about. When it comes to cooking, one way is to choose what to serve based on everyone's preference. But professional chefs will tell you with confidence, here, try this. It'll be great, and I guarantee it. You know, like, in a way, like, okay, every person that comes right now in Final Fantasy XI wants a classic. There's a lot of them who want classic. Oh, but that's all they want to eat. It's the classic. They don't want to try nothing new. They don't want to do that. There's others like me who are ready for new. Let's go. Let's throw ourselves for something new. Let's try. Maybe I might end up liking this, you know? And me personally, I'm always about new, because every time I eat something classic, I love it. But then I try something new, I love it too. Guess what? I'm not scared, like I said, with confidence. That's what he's trying to say. And Mr. Masui says, you're always making comparisons like that, Mr. Kwasu laughs. And he says, I can't quite place what I feel, but sometimes about Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14 is slightly different from other numbered titles in the Final Fantasy series. It might be the lack, let me see. Let me go back here and get a little closer so you can see. Okay. Ooh, here we go. So it says, it's slightly different from the number titles in the series. It might be because they lack the standalone aspect where you simply enjoy the story of its own. I've always felt that adding a standalone story version would improve their recognition of the number titles, but making them more required an insane amount of development costs. So that's one hurdle you need to face. So the hurdle is they could make a standalone video game, single player, but it's going to cost them money. But the majority of the people who love 11 don't want a standalone single player game. They don't want an offline version of it. They want an MMORPG, but better. Something like 14, but better. Or they could just make a sandbox MMO. They could have different style fighting. Like New World, for example, has a great fighting system, a battle system, and I think they could do that too. They can still implement the weapon skills, skill chain combos, and magic bursts. They could just change it up a little bit. I believe, in fact, that Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 4 were developed in tandem with feedback from the players, enormous factor that sets up a part of offline games. That's true. That's to the great degree. Other than games, MMORPGs can't betray players' expectations, which sets the bar really high for them. That's very high. Yeah. Each player to their own vision of what offline version of Final Fantasy 11. Okay, so I missed this part. It says, and said, it talks about, and said, each player has their own vision of what an offline version of Final Fantasy 11 should be like. I imagine it would be intimidating for the scenario writers when adjusting the game for a single player. That is true. That is so true. It's pointless without unique experience. Over the past 2 decades, has anything changed in how the face of the players? Emphasize the aspect about our games. There are fewer platforms, exclusive games compared to the past of everyone who can play on their preferred platform, which I feel has allowed players to better connect the game with the games they play. True. That's Mr. Masui responds. That's definitely been a big change. Yes. Not only that, it also talks more about what this is going on. Back then, games were only enjoyable by an inch of minority, but now they're a part of society. True. Okay, let me go back down here. That way I can get a little closer. Boom. All right, so to me, it's from the occasion dining in a fancy restaurant, eating hamburgers at a fast food place. Our job as developers is to provide satisfaction of fast food, or to deliver the thrill of being served with exquisite feast at a fancy restaurant. But players can be
You've been examined.
Quite greedy, will always demand both. It's truly difficult to meet all their demands. It's true. A lot of us players, we want a high feast, classic food, but then again, we want also fast food. We're never satisfied. As gamers, we're never satisfied. So they actually have to catch up to the trends, because trends change. They do change. I'm not gonna lie. A singles misstep could mean a failed project and wasted development costs. On top of that, gaming trends change drastically. There we go. In just a few years, you can see what the smartphone games, which have gone completely different from direction from the industry scene we had 5 years ago. True. Like, smartphone games were like the biggest things. Everyone wants to play smartphone games, whatever. Now, fuck smartphone games. They die. I knew it was gonna die. They're not gonna last. People are gonna go and get their systems. People are gonna get into their gaming. Why it changed? Maybe because of COVID. I don't know. No, actually not. No, that was 5 years ago. It's before COVID. So yeah, lately there's been an influx of indie developers creating raw and idea-driven games, while huge AAA, AAA titles are also garnering a lot of attention. There's also been a lot of games designed exclusively for online play. There's also influxes, Mr. Kwasu responds, there's also influxes where the consumer consoles and retro style games has made a comeback. There we go. But were so many retro style games that I feel like people have gotten tired of them again. True? They always do. You have to make the game that fits in these rapidly changing trends, but also need to be careful to avoid throwing away too many of our own ideas. And I think that's the hardest part, that sometimes game developers have ideas and they want to put them in there, you know, and some of these ideas they may not even like, you know, us gamers may not even like them, but they want to keep it in there. And you know why? Because people go by trends too many damn times. I want to say that the community, the gamer community, changes their fucking panties like a damn bitch, asshole. We do. We sleep, or they change to sleep with every different man and in one day. The hoe is gonna be sleeping with so many men in one night. But it's true, man. The gaming community is never satisfied. We always go by trends, and these trends become memes. It is. It's just, and it can get very boring fast. People need to slow down a little bit. Take your time and just play the game to have fun. I know people are in a hurry because they're afraid, you know, oh, I gotta finish fast because I'm not gonna catch up to this, and no one's gonna be doing it no more. That's how I was. 14. I rushed. When I came back to the game, I rushed fast. I leveled fast and I grinded hard, and I caught up to players within less than a month. Players that have been, I'm a 1.0 player, but I've been on and off with Final Fantasy 14 because I like the game. Then sometimes I dislike it, like some things, expansions or whatever. But I was not really happy with Warrior. I feel like I was not doing enough damage on Warrior. I wasn't happy about that. I wasn't happy about a lot of things in there. But anyways, I had to figure out something. Hopefully they fix some things in there. It's a great job. Warrior's awesome. It's a great tank still, but I feel like my damage is lacking some things and somehow. We go. Someone actually this part right here. I don't know who's talking. I want to say that's Koji Fox, who has no name on it. And it's often said that modern times have become a war between various media vying for your attention. Nowadays, games have competitors like video streaming services and social media, Twitch, YouTube. You know, they have all these things. What else is going to be next? Rumble? Oh my God. Kawasu says, in the midst of the struggle, you have to satisfy your audience in a way that only games could, which is quite a daunting task. There's no way for us to know which path leads to success or even what the situation will be like in the near future. And then the other person, I think this is Koji. Like I said, I don't know. I'm going to say it's Koji. Mr. Kawasu, what are your principles as a game producer? We like to hear your ideas and how you face the players as well as how you face the development team. Things seem to be fine. When it comes to facing the development team, everyone has a professional mindset and will get right to the work at once and providing groundwork to explain what kind of game we're making. Matsu's response, isn't that anything you have to teach them? And Mr. Kwasa said, there's no time for that. Not to mention my knowledge wouldn't be helpful since it's so outdated. Last wearily, they have been kept challenging themselves with new things After all, this is Square Enix, guys. These guys, they always challenge themselves all the damn time. So he talks here, and Koji says, or I want to say Koji does. And what sorts of principles do they have when facing players? Kawasu says, personally, I believe my games will be pointless if they didn't deliver a unique experience. Things that can be experienced through another game or medium should be experienced through those means. In the same way, when I'm working on the remastered version of an older title, I believe elements that can only be enjoyable as a remastered version are a must-have. And goes, what do you need in order to keep creating? Looking at your career, it would be strange if they had a more manageable road in the company. Is there a reason why you stayed with development workforce? Mr. Kawasu responds, that's because I can't handle managerial tasks. I'm not that same kind of producer as Mr. Sakaguchi, nor I can work like Mr. Hashimoto. When it becomes making games, I'm not very good at having other people handle the tasks I can't do. For example, let's say there's a soccer fan who dreams of winning the National League championship, but isn't a great player themselves. The only way they can fulfill their dream will be gather their teammates that have a shot at winning, but I'm not good at getting people together, which means I can only rely on my own inferior skills, so it's impossible for me to reach a National League level to begin with. Therefore, for me to continue to enjoy soccer in my own way, I must set my goals accordingly. Yeah, it's true. You better get good, motherfucker. Yeah, basically, you gotta get good. My sort of response, I see you're able to set your goals because you're working on the game yourself. Oh, as a response, however, working on the game company, you have to turn to profit. You do have to turn to profit. What's going to get people to come to play your game? This is why I don't think they will ever make a classic, because only 500, 1,000 people, at least 2,000 people at the most, only want classic. That's not going to bring other players to play your game, dude. And that doesn't mean these players have your time for what, 2-3 levels for 12 hours of gaming in the old days of Final Fantasy 11. I mean, I've done it. I lived it. I can't say I'm how you say, a hardcore gamer. Yes, I am a hardcore gamer, but there's some times that I would like to progress fast, a little faster than that. At least, I don't play 12 hours. I'm gonna hit all 99 levels. That's why the retail thing is a little better now. But then again, there's some things that are not so good in retail, and that's the part with the trust and soloing. I kind of wish you could do that with players now. But then again, this is an old PS2 game. Trust system, and it's a must for a PS2 game. And I think it's time for a remake. And the remake would be starting all over, bringing in new people, making profit out of that. You're making profit and you're making money. That entails figuring out how to generate revenue from doing what you're passionate about. It's also important to establish a flow where you can deliver your games to the right audience and have them take delight in the development process with you. Okay? Sometimes economics news will have buzzwords like the Japanese game industry is done for, but not everyone needs to reach the National League level. And the National League certainly isn't the only place where you can find happiness. Mr. Masusi, I agree. Not all need to be a AAA title. It doesn't have to be a AAA title. Final Fantasy 14 wasn't a AAA title. It's just now it's hyped up because because of everything else in this game. Like everything, what happens with World of Warcraft. What goes up must come down, guys. I just gotta say this how it is. WoW was too hyped. I played it for a couple of years, and I was playing Final Fantasy 11 at that time still. And honestly, I'm gonna say how it is. Sorry, I was watching a video here on the side. But honestly, the whole thing with WoW, I wasn't my cup of tea. It felt too easy. I think it was just the nostalgia from 11. And
you've been examined.
It was just not that. Like, the whole thing with WoW, it was like 11 and some things, but the only thing I liked about WoW was jumping, swimming in the water, getting on mounts, and that was it. I mean, the party finder thing was cool too. I think that was fast. I think that was great. I wish we could have a party finder do that too. Hey, I'm throwing up a party. You randomly get selected to go level up in Valkyrie Dooms. In an open world, a sandbox, MMO, maybe with a little bit of theme park in there too. And some other dungeons, certain dungeons. But if you want to go level, you level up in the Valkyrie Dooms. Okay, it's time to go into another dungeon. I can set myself up, throw my party finder up, All right, we got a party. We're gonna go party here at this area, and the Gustav Tunnel, or Koroloka tunnels, whatnot. Let's do. And you have a section. People like to go mana burn. They make a something going on with the black mages getting together to go to the Koroloka tunnel to kill a bunch of worms. That's mana burn. Have one bard and they're in the mix. Be diverse. I want to say that. But then again, the storyline should have at least certain dungeons, like a theme park dungeon, somewhat like a theme park dungeon. But I love the dungeons in New World where you can climb, you can actually crawl. That would be cool if you could see that in Final Fantasy 11, a remake of that, where you can crawl, you can dodge, you can roll out, or you can just sneak in. You don't have to use sneak potions. You just have to sneak slowly, go through them. That'd be cool. Having the same thing with Ninja. Ninja can go invisible, sneak, whatever. But it'd be something interesting. I love the sneak, especially in Final Fantasy 11, you casting sneak, or you use a potion, a pot to throw sneak on. I think that was cool. That's really neat. But then again, I think that the game needed a lot of inventory space, and I think that's the problem, is inventory. Inventory was such a drag, guys. I kid you not. Every MMO has that. So Mr. Kawazu responds, in a soccer team, doom is misery. If they can make it to the National League, fans are minor league teams destined for tragedy. Of course not. Though I suppose you wouldn't know what to say if someone were to ask, shouldn't you set your sights for reaching to the top? Yes. So at first I tell your younger people to aim to the National League. They should aim for the top at least once to see how far they can decide to do what to do from there. Setting your goals low from the start is only a means of escaping adversity. That's true. Let's see. So I'm gonna read here. Trying not to go too far in there. There it is. Okay. The Saga series reached its 30th anniversary. Wow. That is old. It's 2019. Is there anything you want to try to future Saga games, or anything you want to do for the Outside series? I plan to continue to expand the Saga team. I also have aspirations to embellish the series and its gaming experience, and to do that end, we have to succeed a lot more. Everyone in the team has challenged themselves in various areas. I also continue to do so myself. I still have a lot of games that I'd like to try making. What kind of games do you want to make? Perhaps something related to TRPGs? That'd be nice too. Other than that, maybe VR games or action games, which would be completely different from my previous works. I'd like to come up with something related to the Saga series that isn't RPG but still can be enjoyed by Saga fans. Permanently moving on the new game genre and games would be letting down fans in the older games, but it'd be nice if we could continue creating games in a traditional style while also expanding our horizons for a broader audience. True. You always want to draw out broader audience. It's nice to cater to the old guys. It's nice to cater for the OGs. But then again, you want to expand yourself. You want to see something success in your game. And I believe that's what they're trying to do with Final Fantasy 11. Will it make a comeback? They don't know if it's going to be successful or not. But there's a lot of things I believe that they could make it successful. But Mr. Masuru responds, the game development takes much longer than it used to. It does. Mr. Kawasu responds, it's certainly especially rough with the RPGs. Just designing the setting takes half of the year, and the actual creation process takes about a year or more. When you're fleshing out the setting and gameplay, 2 of the 3 can go by like nothing. 2 or 3 years can go by like nothing. That is so true. So while I do that while I want to try all sorts of things, I am bottlenecked by the time it takes to create each game. Matsuri responds, there's also those games that entail providing downloadable content for about a year following the release. Mr. Caruso responds, people just aren't satisfied without at least that much. With so many different games out there nowadays, if you release a half-baked game, it'll disappear among unnumbered titles. Considering that we are sure we had it easy back in the day. Laughs. It's true, guys. They cannot let Final Fantasy 11 die. They cannot let it die. You know, it's a title game. And I agree with Mr. Kawase on that. They shouldn't let a game like that die. You know, because, and like I said, it's a title game. They have to work on it. They have to see what is the kinks. And yes, MMORPGs are in a high demand, a very high demand, and what people want. You know, this is the stuff. Could it be? You know, sounds like this is what they're talking about. Oh, shoot. Let me go back in here. Let me see if I can read it here. I'm gonna actually put it right here. That way people can actually see it a little bit. Let me go. They don't see my ugly ass face in here. That's too big. Okay. Anyways, there's also games that are providing downloadable content. Blah blah blah. There's people are just not satisfied. And then Koji Facts. Back then, all sorts of entertaining games were released in a short span of time. And regarding the Final Fantasy series, there was essentially a new numbered title every year up to 5. Back in the day, there were hard limitations set by the ROM, so you couldn't just create a game with no end in sight. Whereas today, you have to set your own limitations in the beginning, or there would be no limit to what you can work on. I want to say that this is Koji talking, because he knows this because he was part of it. Okay. So read this right here on the side. We'll make sure everything is all readable and, you know, this thing. Matsui says, although you can implement pretty much everything you can't want in a game nowadays, actually implementing everything you will cause your game to lose focus. I think that would make designers unhappy too, and important to establish a focus to the fight towards. It's also important whether or not the focus matches and trends of the time is being released. There certainly are times when we're like, it would have been done so well if we could sell it right now, or this would have sold better 3 years ago. Timing is certainly difficult. With the service titles and the worst case scenarios, the wrong timing could lead to determination. Which all standalone games, couldn't you just market them again when the time seems right? You might have to recreate a reason for the game to make a comeback. Right here, you might have to create a reason for the game to make a comeback. How are you going to create that reason? Okay, let's just say, oh shit, hold on. Damn, they just spawned. I hate this. I hate this. I was camping, dive it, and it died. Oh man. All right. Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna get dive it anytime soon. Anyways, let me see. Hold on before I see how long I have to wait here. Forgive me, guys. I know I'm not playing the game. I'm just talking some bullshit about the game. Yeah, 14 is not gonna let me in today. So yeah, I can forget about that today. Yeah. Anyways, let me go down here. So it's just this little bit apart right here. It's real small. It's not. I'm almost done here, and then I'll go play my game. Although you can implement pretty much everything you want in game days nowadays. Actually, implementing anything will cause a lose focus, and I think that would make the designers unhappy too. It's most important to establish the focus on fight towards. It's also important whether or not the focus matches the meeting release. There's certain times we would like to done so we could sell it right now. You know, blah blah blah. I read this part. You might have to recreate. Okay, this is the part where it says you might have to recreate a reason for the game to make a comeback. There's been a larger emphasis in conveying to your audience why they should specifically choose your game out of the numerous others out there. Why would they choose 11 out of 14? Everyone wants 14, you know, but they had to make it different. They had to remake it in order for people to try it. They actually have to add the aura race, the Viera race, and the Rothgar race. Maybe add in a race that looks like a certain bird humanoid that I've seen in Endwalker. Maybe the little Loporits that can compete with the Taru and the Lalafels. People love that. I think they should. They can always add something like that, if they wanted to. Maybe you can, take their time with the game. Don't rush, because like I said, we live in times that trend changes like that. It's hard. So perhaps there's why a gameplay streams. It says, said there's been a large emphasis in conveying an audience that you should specifically choose your game out of the numerous others out there. Perhaps that's why gameplay streams and broadcasts have become popular nowadays, because they seem to have their own struggles with trying to stand out from the crowd. True. Like me. I'm one of them. I have to stand out of the crowd. But nope. No. Level down on me. Damn. That sucks, man.
Sloppy.
Yeah, I know. I'm sloppy. I'm new, guys. Bear with me. So influencers definitely have a huge presence nowadays. While I do think they ought to do something ourselves, basically Koji knows about the influence. So, Asmund Gold's influence big time on Final Fantasy 14. I think he's a great guy, but damn it, why does it have to be one person be that big influence, man? Yeah, I want to influence people too, I want to influence them back to 11, Hey, Hunter for Games is one of the guys too you got to look at. Ginger Prime is another guy you got to listen. Work to game. Definitely work to game, guys. And Hunting for Games, definitely check them out. If you want to go for like some, stuff that New World, definitely Ginger Prime. Definitely check out Fen2U. He's a friend of mine that I've been following as well. And Zaryu is also a good streamer for a New World. Definitely check out Zaryu. I can't say his name right if I'm right. By the way, Mr. Kawasu, if you're able to create a new game with limited online aspects, what would you want to create? I wonder what would suit a game based on the Saga series. It'd be nice if you didn't need to be constantly online in order to play, but making it completely standalone would defeat the purpose of an online game. So I think of a good compromise between the two. Games. Maybe something where there's nothing in the beginning, but about 3 months into the game, you'll see a piles of corpses behind by players who played at launch, or some other way of players that leave behind footprints to show that they were playing. Interesting. That I like that. Mr. Costa has some bright ideas there. Footprints and all that stuff, that's kind of cool. This also goes by the standalone games, but in the game world and typically entirely provided by the development team. It'd be nice if we could allow players to embellish in the game world, but making such an activity entertaining seems really difficult. It is difficult, no doubt. But then again, Square Enix is really tough to hit these difficult blocks in in their way just to destroy them. They've done the impossible, and I believe. And I want to have faith and trust on them, I believe there's still a group of people who didn't feel comfortable with online games. Of course, there's so many. Perhaps it could be the one that come up with a solution and create an online game for the people who aren't comfortable with online games. Yeah, that's true. That would be nice. Last, if they require some kind of core idea, not that I can think of one in the moment. Okay, let's just say they made it Final Fantasy 11 offline. A offline mode, and it's something that they can do. Someone has to bring it up, someone has to bring up the whole thing with the offline mode of Final Fantasy 11. Maybe they could make one. And how would they make offline mode of Final Fantasy interesting, but also interesting to play the online? And I got the solution. If Square Enix hears me out, the solution is to make a Final Fantasy 11-2, but a single player version of a side story that links to the main story. It's Final Fantasy 11-3. Also, single player, different story from 2, but links, and it links to the dash 2, and it links to the main story of 11. They could make games like that. They could also do the same with Final Fantasy 14, a side story. Let's say they create another Final Fantasy 14-2 single player game with a different story, and it links to 14-3, and it could make up something. It could make something really good and beautiful if they could do this. They make a single player game, like say Final Fantasy 16, and it talks about one of the shards from Final Fantasy 14, just the shard and how it got destroyed, and why it went back to the source. That would be cool. That would be cool too. It could be another shard, or it can be another world. I don't know. And then again, it could be in Final Fantasy-4. You know, Distant Worlds. It's a single player game that talks about Vana'diel. That talks about the world of Aetheris being worlds that are like in different universes. Link up the whole thing about multiverse Final Fantasy worlds. That'll be something interesting. Very interesting. But I mean, like I said, I can give them that idea and they can go from there. You know, how Square Enix is such, you know, bright people. I want to thank Matsui P and Mr. Kawasu and the person who's interviewing. I want to say, if it is Koji Fox, thank you. On behalf of me as a big fan of Final Fantasy 11 and mostly all Final Fantasies. I love them all. You know, I do love 11 more. I do like Final Fantasy 14. I think it's a great game. Have I loved it? It was getting there. I'm almost loving it. And Walker didn't get me. And Walker did not get me. It did not make me tear. Shadowbringers was getting me to tears a little bit, especially the part with that with Arbert and his friend, the pet. That really almost got me there. But there's and Walker, I want to say it did kind of, especially the part where Urianger and Moonbreeder's parents was something that was really touching. But then again, I like the ending of Endwalker. I think it was really great, but there's some things that I have so much questions, and I hope one day I get it resolved or bring something up with these holes, especially the part with the Omicrons. I thought they were from another universe. Alphatron is their world. It would be nice if they if these Omega was created by another intelligent race like the Zillart. And let's say the Ashens made contact with the Zillart a long time ago in another world. And they did. They contacted, you know, so-and-so. And they made contact and, you know, to send them help, he sends Omega. Omega ends up making another world, evolving. And, you know, whatever. And then again, Omicrons talks about the lore about them. They were once flesh, and then they made themselves robots. I'm spoiling. These are spoilers. Sorry. These are big spoilers. But yeah, they were once flesh and made themselves robots. I mean, that's just interesting. Very, very interesting. Anyways, guys, I really thank you for reading this. And I think it's time to play the game. It's about time. Let's go. So I gotta move my character because I don't want to get kicked out of the game. We're camping another monsters out here. So I'm gonna read a little bit of here. What's going on? So Level's talking to my Hadassah character. It's supposed to be more complicated than that. An exorcist is wild mage who focus not on the path of the race of the respite, but rather than the smithing of the wicked with divine fury. All Eidolonians taught to learn to that these conjurers have their roots in the sources studies of their first head of Witherspoon. As is often seen, the techniques were passed from progenitor by progeny, proving useful time and again into the citizenship of our fair city, or to the exorcists, not but respect. Little holy here, a little banished there, and bam. through the ages, and have they always been exorcists with strong connections of the order of Witherspoon? Is that the reason why the undead are not a cost of our fair city? The world may never know. Nah. You know how the foot soldier beer guarding bigwigs? There's no role of exorcist play here in Edelin. Alright, he's talking about one of them right here. Oh, Grandpa. The leader of these spiritualists turned soldiers into the Hyde exorcists by vomiting an enigma which much more the city. What I'm about to tell you comes directly from his lips. Interesting. So Ingrid is an exorcist. What Ingrid wants with me, say. With your paying attention to the word I said. Were you paying attention to the word I said? She's the creme de la creme of our prestigious exorcist chantry. Oh, doesn't that just beat all? But she's also drop dead gorgeous. Her personality is, however, a bit, how can I put it this, abrasive? One tenet of our exorcist creed is that the wicked shall know no succor, and Ingrid takes this to such extreme that there's less diplomatic a call. Her Ingrid of merciless. Ooh. But let's just keep it that, just between us. Ingrid the merciless? Have you gone completely mad? Don't say that out loud, too loud. Oh, they come for me too.
Sloppy.
Yeah. Your aim was to chop 5 years off my life. You've done an admirable job. But back to the matter of the hand. Ingrid expressed the desire to see more of the world, so she made a pilgrimage of sorts of the Middle Lands. Oh. But something urgent came up, and she is now at the route back to Adelin. Oh. Vodemir will have to take, I can't read that because it keeps going up. Everyone's spamming all this bullcrap. I have to take that shit off. Let's see. Can I go? No, I cannot see that no more. I'm about to fix this whole chat thing, man. There's some, I have to delete all this spam. Perhaps you're wondering how come she chose you. Perhaps you're wondering why he chose you. To be honest, I asked myself the same thing. It must be to my place to know. But a request is a request, and here we find ourselves talking this lovely day. Once she arrives, you will have to accompany her to Adelin Castle. Why me? Yes, the castle, not the orders of the Witherspoon manse. It vexes me, but Vodemir said to escort her directly there. Alright, let's go. A real exorcist, yeah. There you go. I'm sure her vessel will arrive at any moment. You should best hurry. She's certainly not to take kindly to being kept waiting. I made sure that she knows you took a look for her, and I'll send word to the castle. So they'll be expecting you. Off you go then. Alright, so I don't like those. Okay. Oh shit, everyone's here. What the fuck? Big dude. Only boxes? Alright. So I gotta go to H4. I know where that is. Oh shit. So not to use. Oh, I like how they did this now in 14, where you can actually took some ideas from 11. I think that's pretty damn cool. All right, here we go. Cutscene time. There she is, the one and only. Oh, Precious, get away from us, you thug! You must be Hadassah. Yes. Yes, your name is known to me, as you have no doubt surmised I am Ingrid, of the Order of the Witherspoon. You mean Ingrid the Merciless? Oh, Ingrid the Merciless? And here I thought only natives of Adeline called me that. Pray tell, who did you hear that from? Go on, I promise not to be angry. Oh gosh. It's a little consequence. Long have known the people who call me by that moniker. But let me ask you this, why should any mercy be shown to those who have turned their backs on the goddess? Oh wow. Let all Adeline be in the accord, and I'm merciless through and through. That sounds like a Christian and a Muslim. Definitely a Muslim and a Christian, yeah. Well, actually, no. I think Catholics, not Muslim and Christians are like that. I take that back. I really eat my I take that back. Maybe Muslim and Catholics act like that. All who face my judgment shall not even have one speck of ash left. Okay, Padre. What is that? The calling of the exorcist? If not the let's say, obliterate the defiled from the face of Adeline. Oh, she's mad. Look at her, bitch, mad. She mad, and it will not stop here. No, I intend on the name Ingrid the Merciless being rung throughout the Middlelands as well. But I have no time for the idle chatter. I must take the haste for the Castle Adeline. Nor do I need you to take me there. Why? French child, what she says. Child, because I am the chosen girl of the Order of the Witherspoon. Girl. Just how old are you? The little Melanders of Oblivion and societal Moors as you. Moors as you, okay. All I said earlier, enough prattling. I have to visit the castle countless times in the past. You haven't heard anything about my mission, have you? I've only heard about your beauty. You all must also be unaware of the what precedes my return. I, the greatest exorcist in all Ubulka, has summoned back because of none other than Big Booty Ho! Damn. This here a little bit. I heard about the word of it becoming the cursed. Let's see. I couldn't read that because it went scrolled up again. Boy got cursed. Yeah, got cursed. Cooler heads always prevailed, and thus it falls to me to see if this nonsense is true. This Mrs. and received stated that the other founder king is cursed and been made manifest, but I have my doubts. Should not be outwardly spectacle, or Vortimir says it's the curse, then it probably is. So, and yet again, it falls to someone else to clean up and one of Igna's messes. I thought he had his head and straight until he started this colonization nonsense, but now that matters little at this juncture. Pandora's box has been opened, and the Vortimir's is right. We must see this through and its natural conclusion. Unlike Hildebert, I thought I said Hildebrand. Unlike Hildebert, who views it as an embellished farce, I know that it's the direction where he's headed in for good or ill. Of course, that old guy. Pray listen, adventurer. You must understand, having come to our fair city to serve as a pioneer of your own violation, no matter what barriers stand before us, we must resolve to destroy them at any cost. For our aim is to bring onwards, even in the event of violently uproot them. Okay. Just as our ancestors did during the Great Expedition. As you're familiar with this time, I am Adolan's history. Are you familiar with at this time with Adolan's history? Of course. Your answer does not convince me, but I am loath to tell you something you may have already know. Allow me to give you the brief lesson. Colonization was attempted an additional time after the Founder King's first foray of all those years ago. Several centuries passed, there was another effort of pioneering the mainland. We go to storyline. Ooh, all the people. This period of history is known as the Great Expedition. The words of our founder king grew faint over time, and what do you think happened? A struggle for power between the orders. Sounds interesting. It was a time of unbridled strife and conflict. Each other attempts to seize power and ground terms and red with blood, and as they ravishingly rushed to depopulate the mainland. History is always seen through the eyes of the victor, but as each other considered themselves as a winner, we have no fewer than 12 whitewashed versions of what they really happened. I swear this spam is so annoying. See, this is the thing about Final Fantasy XI I don't like, it's this spam. Unless you're like asking, but it's always about power leveling and selling it, making Gale. Sucks. I can't really get a good picture in here because it's a widescreen. Maybe if I was playing like a smaller screen, I think that's what I'm gonna get me, another smaller screen to play smaller, because it's just widescreen is nice, but I think it doesn't feel like what I want it to look like, you know. It's a real close up to the picture and you can't really see. Those in the book who took on the cautious step into the wild suffered at the claws and dread spirits, demons, and appeared as it from the underworld. And while the squabble took place in the city proper, who has what rose above the madness to save our kin? The exorcist. Humanity has no future in lives of constant fear of demons and curses. Exorcist, huh? That'd be a new job. Mostly white mages, right? Forgive me for the boring you. It was not my place to bring internal struggles to your ears. I know you have here for one reason and one reason alone. Money. As long as you are remember to not get in our way, you can expect an amiable relationship with me. But while I have you in my attention, I have heard other curious things about you. Namely, that is, you're able to converse with our dear Grand Chancellor despite his current state. Well, that certainly is something. She has the echo. She has the whisper of soul. This may be sound crass, but one is interested in you as a person. They have interested in what you have this strange power can do for us. Your task is to interpret for me. For that reason and that reason alone, I shall tolerate your presence. Come, they are waiting. Alright, bitch. I'm on my way. Oh, you know what? Before I go there, let me see if I can shut down something real quick. Chat filters. All right, let's see. Will that work? No, it does not work. Shout, yell, messages, deem, spam. Maybe if I do this. I don't know. I think I have to do that too, but I don't know. Let me see. Will it stop my spam? No, it doesn't. Not stop my spam. Windows 2. Hold on. Okay. Actually, I do want to make it a 9. But I don't want to. It's like it kind of ruins it in a way. And some things here, but it doesn't let me stop. No, I don't want that. It'll be a lot nicer to read it like this, yeah. Let me fix this here. Chat filters. Say, party tell, link shell, emotes, hold. Oh, on. It's like the filter text. Okay, does that stop that? No, it doesn't stop it. Ban related, tell messages. It says shout, yell messages, deem spam on. Now can I like not see this spam? Hopefully that'll stop it. We'll see. Well, we'll see that if it works or not. And if it doesn't work, we'll see. Check out something real quick. Let's see. Oh, actually, I got in the game. Wow, it's again. Also, I got into the game again. Wow, it took me hours just to get in the game. Well, that's crazy. Anyways, go back to this and get the cutscene here. Okay, it says, Hildebert, Hadassah. I should act with the voice acting. Hadassah, what brings someone as such as questionable moral character to this assembly? In order to of Adeline remains yet the leader of our alliance, with a strong lineage tracing back to the founder king. Why would you summon a mere commoner and one from a foreign land at that? Oh, she hears that. You seem to have won over the hearts of the nobility. Take a brief moment to listen away from their eyes. Hildebert, there's no reason to work yourself into a tizzy. You're well aware that they attempted to the use of Rosalatia's poem, which received which received from the Queen of the Leafkin. Okay. And the end of none. One of us is able to communicate with Ignis. I want to do something what Ashenbubs did. He had his chat filter right here, so you can read this. I would like to have it there. I want to ask him next time I see him stream. I'm gonna ask him that. No, Hadassah was the only one to do so. Shoot. Alright, put it down. I had to move my character so I don't get kicked out. No, Hadassah was the only one to do so. Okay. Talking about my character. Dear Savinja, you let yourself be taken in the mockery of our orders. What proof have you to say she wasn't just spouting drivel to serve her own ends? She certainly did not seem to be lying to me. No, Hadassah seemed to like a young lady who chooses the path of enlightenment rather than willful ignorance. Yep, that's true. That's her. That's Hadassah. Melvin. Oh, my dear Savinja, do you seem to have a quite of opinion of our enigmatic friend? But darkness of the heart of lies. How goes it? But darkness of the eyes oft lies well hid. Are you sure, trusting what such as she is prudent? No, to say, I would course, that I disbelieve her. No, it's through the Hadassah that we learn about Ignis' condition, as well as the Middlelands themselves. That the army's political economy, we cannot sit forever in this little island, playing fifth fiddle of the rest of the Vanadil. Oh, on that, I dare say you are mistaken. Oh? About what? I do not wish to speak ill of Hadassah, but the situation is not so simple. Lest you forget, Arcela was also be able to hear Igna's voice. Well, and yet she chose to leave Hadassah with that which Rizalitia bequeathed. Rizalitius gave it to Hadassah, not to me. Hildebert, Milvian. My trust is Hadassah, not mere whimsy. If Arcela believed in her, then so shall I. Sometimes I stop and catch myself pondering what is this all means. What if all were challenged posed by the founder king? And this countless years since his passing, how has Adelan changed and evolved? On that his bloodline should be transformed into a lesser being. Right to colonization recommends we may be struggling against a current stronger than ourselves. That is why I wonder if we were being being tested. Tested by whom? Tested by whom? I don't know. Perhaps the faith itself. But my sarcasm comes back to haunt me. You appear to have some allies within these walls. The real trial will come right as we pass through these doors. I've heard all I need to. Let us see how useful you really are. I heard all it needs to do. Let us see how useful you really are. I have returned home from the Middlelands, and it appears everyone is already assembled. Dispense with the pleasantries. Show me to Ignis. Far be it with me. No doubt, one of my own order. Okay, sis, this is Hilbert talking. So far it would be from doubt of my own order. But how much can you tell from a simple gesture? I must confess my surprise at your doubt. I speak only as the goddess guides me. Tell me, do you doubt her wisdom? Forgive me if my words seem breeze, Hildebert. Back to the matter at hand. What has befallen? Ignis is mostly certain some form of curse. Then it is as we suspected. Indeed. And through this is no ordinary curse. I am inclined to believe that this is to the born from the founder king. She's wrong, but I cannot put words. Hadassah, you talk to me now, may you not able longer. I don't know why she invited me, but okay. Someone invited me to the other thing. I don't know why they invited me, but put a little pause here for a sec. I gotta move this character because I don't want to give him DC'd and I don't want to be going through all that bullshit again. Yes, adventurer? Has Ignis spoken to you? You say this is in fact the curse of the founder king. And what basis have you or your contradicted me? So it is all after all. How you mind your changes of every whim, like a leaf upon the breeze. Not to 5 minutes ago, you were swinging a different tune. You were spying on us from the outside the door? I never took you for one of your who only hears what he wants to. That is not the case at all. Just Okay. I want to break the curse. Silence, outsider. You have no place interjecting your opinion into this dialogue. Your only job is to tell us what he is saying. It matters not who placed the curse upon Ignis. Only the grand ritual of purging will be able to rid such a terrible affliction. But unfortunately, what is Ingrid? Such a purgation requires materials that I do not have on hand. Vanity only exists thanks to the blessing of the eight crystals. To penetrate darkness, we need to vessel, warp, and power of the serve of 7 of other types. Hold on. Blessing of 8 crystals. To penetrate darkness, we need vessels to warp. Now it's not 5 crystals. They readapted this whole story. So vanity only exists thanks to the blessing of 8 crystals. To penetrate darkness, we need a vessel wrapped in the power of its 7 other types. So Vanadil had 5 mother crystals. Well, it was shattered. She's saying 8. That's adding 3 more. 3 more. And out of those 5 crystals, 5 races were born. 3 crystals makes 8. For the aura, Rothgar and Vieira being 1. That's weird. I did not know this unless they changed this story. I remember she said 5. Now it's saying 8 crystals. Okay, maybe they did react. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm going a little too far on this. I might be wrong on this whole thing here. I'm not so sure. It's crazy. I have on thunder and ice and light. I would ask you to procure earth, water, and fire and wind for me. Okay, what is exactly would suffice? There must be a thing bathed in the holy glow. Oh no, maybe she's talking about crystal, regular crystals. Never mind then. I must have mistaken about something else. Must be a thing bathed in a holy glow. Let me think. Yes, a piece of stone, wall touched by the light of dawn. Holy water untainted by impurity. A flame that has gone unextinguished for 7 years. The wings of a weathered vein that has stood to the test of time. It requires each of those 4 things. And of course, we have someone who is more than willing to serve as our entering girl. Isn't that right, Adasa? Oh, okay. Return here at once when you have the appropriate items, and I shall begin with the ritual. Until that time, I shall make preparations. Okay. Girl has some nerve. Arasa, I would ask you to look after Asiela. Why? I need not to tell you that she's always runs headfirst into danger. Oh, my neck hurts a little bit. There she goes. Interesting. Arasa, it's good to see you here. I came as soon as I heard that Ingrid was to examine my brother. But since everyone has already left, how did the ritual go? They're going to perform purging ritual? I see, so Ingrid feels it's a curse after all, but not the founder kings. What? What could see it mean that his voice faltered? My brother began to show symptoms right as he called went out for the adventurers from the Middlelands. It started out as a simple rash. He said it might have been something he picked up in the forest. Interesting. That's her brother. He was a little he was still a human form, talking with me just as he had when we were younger, and I could still hear his voice. And then slowly he turned into what you see him as him today, eventually losing all powers of speech. And to think, even though you were able to communicate with him telepathically now, does that mean the curse is still progressing? Isn't the end? Might he turn into a leaf can for good? You are too kind to me, and you're right. It wouldn't not do me for me to sit here and stew. If you're going to help find the materials needed for the purging, then let me come with you. I do nothing to see my brother's whole again. Just let me know whatever you need. Oh. So next mission. Halls of the past. Okay. Everything I had to look at Google for this. Plus Trishban Eastern Adeline A9. Alright, so oh, I went a little too far. The boy is walking slow. Look at him. Look at him slow. I'm walking slow too myself, but not that slow. All right, let's go. I have to talk to the guy named A9. So this is 9. It's K9. Oh, that's right behind me. Never mind, I went to the wrong way. Should be over here. Oh, just back. Wide scan. I'm gonna do it right here. I can't even read, guys. I'm like losing it. It's so small. I think I may need some glasses here. It says, speak to Cloud Trishbank Eastern Adeline K9. It's about the items needed. Okay. Speak to Rigoberdine in the southeast corner of K7 in Eastern Adeline for a cutscene and receive internal flame. Cloud Trishbank Eastern Adeline. Not K9, but I think I'm missing somebody here. These are not aligned. I'm here. Okay. 9. Okay. 9. Well. Oh. Duh, I had to talk to her. Ingrid herself has left me with a message for you. You are to gather 4 items that have been touched by the divine. The first is a piece of stone well touched by the light of dawn. The second, holy water untainted by impurity. The third is a flame that has gone in and extinguished for 7 years. The fourth, the wings of the wither, vein that has stood in the test of time. Perhaps you could start by gathering information from the other exorcists. They would do their utmost and uphold Ingrid's wishes. Hildebrandt Mans is not far from here. I suggest you pay his order and visit and see what information you can glean. Okay, so that speak to Bertine, the southeast corner of J7 and eastern Rigel. Okay. J7. That sounds like right here. And that sounds like it's over here. Let me go ahead and do my jig here. Speed up some process here because there's a lot of Bertine. Yes, I have to talk to her. It's a cutscene. Oh yes, my dear adventurer, come. We have been expecting you. Vortimir himself has bid me to hold on something for you. This is eternal flame. The flame is bequeathed unto us by the Mo Rimi, a geomancer who lived many ages ago. No evil force may come within several yams of its blessed heat, and thus it has burned brightly without a fail for years. Wow. I could tell that the fact of exorcists and geomancers once worked together confounds you. We exorcists answer to the divine providence, yet do not define everything as black and white terms. I have some information for you at the most on the other vessels, which Ingrid bid you acquire. Our research suggests that the stone, while touched by the light of dawn, has something to do with Adelan's port district. Sailors and captain of our fair city have a custom of honoring the morning sun, and such a many of our vessels contain the word of dawn in their names. And as for the holy water untainted by impurity, we believe it will be located in the fountain of the Western Adeline Plaza. The fountain water is taken directly from the Rala waterways underneath Adeline's proper, so it's both pure and clean. Unfortunately, we are not at a loss, as we were the wings of a weathered vein that has stood the test of time might be. However, we may contact the scouts of gather intelligence. I suggest that you first head to the fountain and begin your search. Alright. Cool. So I did that. Let me do something real quick. Move my ass in here because I do need to start selling some shit, because I'm going to sell my free company. Yeah. And I need to start zoning in here. Of course, I don't want to be kicked out here in a minute. So yeah, here it's all there. Okay. So we got, oh, our research suggests that our stone is weight, touched by the light of dawn and something to do in the previous district. Sailors and captains are needed. Okay. Well, okay. Cussing, internal fan. Go to the plateau, triumphs a waypoint H and western H8 and western. Okay. So we're gonna go. Walk a little faster here. Just walking a little faster. So we gotta go to H8. I'm gonna go right here. Give it a moment to load and we'll be fine. I think we're here. Yeah, that's where we have to be. Okay, got that. There's external line for eternal flame. Okay, and then the waypoint for examine the market. Consider the spark for the untamed holy water. Go to Adeline's waterfront waypoint in western Adeline and head to J4. Examine the sunrise beacon on the lighthouse at the end of the dock to receive a piece of stone wall. Okay, so I do have to go over here. And there's my character here on the side. Okay. My main character here, Pain. That's me. But this is my my little Hadassah. Yeah. So I gotta go over here somewhere. And to go down there, I gotta go down here. Run down here. I thought I created a jig for that. I don't need flourish. Oh, okay. It is over here. Is here. Go to Adeline waterfront waypoint in western Adeline. Head to J4 and examine the sunrise beacon on the lighthouse at the end of the dock to receive a piece of stone wall. Finish by the waypoint, eastern Adeline, and head to J10. Oh. Oh, I did got it. I got it. I got the stone wall. So, okay. I didn't see the key item. I'm so blind. And it says, now go to the Coronal Explained waypoint in Eastern Adeline to J10 to speak to Emerald, obtain the water weaving. Okay. Go J10. Eastern Adeline, I gotta go to J10. I wonder if J10 is around here somewhere. Oops, I chose the wrong one. Actually, yes. Okay. So I'm taking advantage right now, playing Final Fantasy 11, that it's free to play for almost a month. Free to play for a month. I think that's pretty good. Okay, 10. So this is 10. I think I gotta go up there, yeah. Yeah, this is Dancer's way of feeding. Their way through this area. Well, what we have here? You must be a pioneer from the Weather Vanet. Me, the owner? Surely you jest. I'm just the hired help, but I do indeed have you what you seek. In our old, if one of our older groundskeepers told me that the piece has quite the history behind it, but it seems better days and has remained in the storage for as long as I've been here. Back many years ago, the northern wind blew towards Adelan for the first time in centuries and carrying upon a ravaging plague. This Vanet alerted the citizens to its coming. Of course, we now have remedies to combat such disease, and this old thing has seen better days, so, well, I needed to state the obvious. Needless to say, no one could bear the part of something like that to save so many lives. That's why it's been buried away here for so long. Make sure you treat it well. Here. Okay, we got that. Weather van of videos, okay. And begin the next mission. Alright, so now the next message. So, let's see. Alright, so I'm glad we got rid of this damn chat thing going on here. That's so cool, though, finally. So I guess we'll go talk to this bitch here. Hey, we just get closer and that's all we had to do. Yeah. She actually made it back in the reasonable time frame. I must admit to being mightily impressed. Not that it puts you in the good graces, but Ingrid the Merciless knows to give credit where credit is due. Adventurer from the Middlelands. Now that all my implement are here, there are not to do with the perform of the purgation. Okay. So she's gonna purge. Boom. Knocks him out.
Sloppy.
Imposs. He leveled down. I had hoped that. Oh. It is as we feared. Such a strong curse could only be the work of the Founder Kings. Do you all believe me now? This self-absorbed girl could not dispel the darkness around Ignis. The Founder King's will has spoken. He's mad now. I cannot deny that the intensity of this infliction, perhaps my confidence got to the better of me. This requires an even more elaborate ritual. I must depart to ponder this further, but I'll be ready next time. Vormir. So you failed? I must apologize for my inadequacy, Lord Vormir. No, my dear. You need not to be sorry. But why? This is the perfect opportunity. Ingrid, the more rituals we conduct, the more of our influence grows. But do not fail again. Should our authority come into the question, all we have done will have been for naught. Fear not, Lord Vormir. I have no intention of losing face twice. Our calling as exorcists is what rid Adolin of forces most fiendish and foul. And this is a task that we must be entrusted to us, and no other. Just think back to the time of the great expedition, how valued we were then, and how valued we will be again. The colonization must be continued, and yet there are many that would see it falter. Iki as Kamot dares not to open her mouth owing to the recent event at the Colosseum, but too many of the other leaders remain hard-headed. Ingrid, a question. Of course. You saw the Grand Chancellor up close. Were you able to... No, I did not have the opportunity. I thought you all had the people would have been able to understand. I had suspected they would blather on about the Founder King's curse, but this... Pay no further attention. You have more pressing matters to attend to. And then I expected that the girl to turn out to be such a threat. If it matters whether she is telling the truth or lying about being able to hear Igna's voice. But no matter, her getting in our way is inevitable. He has like a stutter problem, so I have to read it like that. Hadassah, whatever shall we do? Don't break the curse. Oof. I can't feel it. Ness. Something dreading this way. Hadassah, is my brother saying something? The key right there lead you. Ignas. The Rosalia poem begins to fade, taking Igna's voice along with it. Oh. Hadassah, tell me, what did my brother say? He was pointing right at me. The key to lead us? That would have... What would he have meant? Why, my dear, do you not see? The answer is in front of you, plain as day. Arciela, you have never desired colonization by pointing at you. He meant that we should follow your true desires. It can only mean that we must respect that we will only of the Founder Kings, and that it would be a grave mistake to pursue colonization any further. But no, a clever trick, Hildebert. But pray tell me, is the only explanation? Could it not seem that Ignis wishes Arciela to continue colonization in his stead? He may have been wishing for the become of the standard bearer of the colonization. Your insolence goes too far this time, Melvian. Insolence? No. I have use only to the most deductive of reasoning. Countless hours I have been spent poring over tomes and annals dating back of our very first colonization efforts. You impudent fool, who are you to look down at the Founder's King's dying words? The lesson of the great expedition taught us that the only way to appear him is the honor of his spirit. Why we must do is cast off this ridiculous premise of rituals and purgations and reverse the Founder Kings as he demands. But as we did back then, we must go and reseal his tomb once more. Hildebert, is it wholly inappropriate of you to make rash statements in such a place? Perhaps you are right. It makes me wonder, do you not feel that the circumstances surrounding the colonization effort is quite different from those of the Great Expedition? Do we even have the time of money to appease his spirits? Time of money? Time of money? It's like, oh. I imply nothing, my dear Hildebert. Only that as a minister of his fiancée, we must undertake all things due to caution. Though many remember that the Great Expedition, for its ultimate failure at the time of Adolan, was able to receive much from our bounty as we were wilds. Should you not doubt my words, I bid you head to the Plenial Memorial Library and read it for yourself. Do so, and you will understand why I staunchly support the colonization initiative. Our nation has worn and influenced such grand times, though I fear words will not sway you now. And you will be dared to turn the matter of faith into one coin. You and your kind are the blight of this land. Nothing could be farther from the truth. No, I cannot in good coincidence support and policies predicted an arc dying and hunger any languishing in the streets. I gotta move my character again. So yeah. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Oh, they got the ear thing going on working. Cool. This could be further from the truth. Okay, so the streets. Are you mocking me? This isn't about you. This is about not being able to wring blood from a stone. Both of you, please. Please just stop. Alright, so the next quest I got here, the key. It says, wait the next game day and they speak to level unicorn. I gotta wait the next game day. I got no time for that. That's one thing I don't like about Final Fantasy 11 is the game day crap. I do not like that. Well, now that I got this settled with, I can actually do a little bit of something else, you know, on the side. Why not? But that's just that. Anyways, I could do something else new here while I'm camping Divadipa. I can't say that really right. I have to say it with an accent, like an Indian accent. Divadipa, you know, he's the notorious monster in Tavner. So I gotta keep moving this character around. So, shoot, man. I want to get some experience in there, but we'll see how it goes. That little guy was running over there. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. He's over there running in circles. It's a thief. Eh? Gotta watch out for the little tars, you know, pickpocket you. Dive deeper. So, okay. I got some of this story done. Let me try something else real quick. Let me see. Rise of Zillard, there is Norg. Let's see, what place of Norg do I want to go here? Oh, this is a good place. Alright, I think there's a quest in here in Norg that gets me started with a certain fight I gotta do, actually. There is a certain fight I gotta do in here. Let's go here. Damn. Org. It's been a while I haven't been here. Oh, I gotta show y'all something that I've been wanting to show y'all for a long time, and I think Ashenbubs found out about it too. And I thought that was pretty damn cool, man. That's the lady, not here. Oh, is it here? Yeah, it is here. Okay. So you go into the, you know, into this place here. You're gonna see some pictures in here. I want to say that's a Galka there. But if you look above that, what do you look at there on top of that? Yeah, that's right. These little pirates be looking at Makota's asses here. You know, they be catching these Makotas here in Kazam. You know they do. You know they've been... Look at all these little Makotas showing their asses off. That was cool, dude. When I saw that, I was like, no way. That is so cool. Let me actually get a little closer look here. But yeah, you see a Makota right there. Makota, I'm sorry. Mithra. Mithra. That is the correct name. Mithra. But yeah, that's a Mithra. That's a Galka right here. No doubt that's a Galka right here. Above that, there's another Mithra. Let me see. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go over here. Yeah, you gotta open these doors sometimes. They don't open for you. Let's see, in 11, nothing is handed to you. But yeah, they got these little pirates, man. They be yeah, it's only in that area, I think. Yeah. That's cool though. I go in there and just like, yeah. Yep. These pirates be watching some Mithra in here. They just lay down here in the hammocks looking at these Mithra pictures right here. I thought I was like, that is so cool. Sadly, I can't get closer. I don't know how Ashenbubs actually looks in there. I was like, really? You perverted elven. You know, you like these little Mithra girls and Kazam. How dare you? How dare you? I should just doubt him. Question him. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Do you have time to speak to our Lord and Savior? No, he just ignores me, jackass. All these pirates right here. You know, they all be talking about those Mithra girls here in Kazam. Yeah, won't get me on, back me at Mithra girl, yeah. And look at this, she's like right there. Oh, thanks again for helping me out. Let's beyond this door. Why, this is the kitchen, the heart of Norg. I can't let you in there, you know. Of course you can't let me in there, bitch. You know I'm gonna eat that food. Damn. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool just to see all that and just to show the stream. Some people that I knew about this a long time ago. I was like, that's a Mithra. But you can see it a little better now with Ashenbub's HD. See, you can see it a little clearer. So let me get some cutscenes going on here. Yeah, let's see how far there I can get to Rhapsodies of Vanadale. Maybe there's something that they'll tell of it or husband. They've been more oddities happening late. All a matter of near before the seeing the best peoples getting off lost in places and look familiar, but somehow a bit off. And so much more than I could mention. At first I figured beastmen were behind it all, but now I am not so sure. I got to take a stock of situation to dig up my common threads. At least Lion has a keen eye for these things. She's slowly regaining her strength, but still not uncommon for her to spend the whole morning in bed either. What's going on? It's the trust. It's glowing. What's going on? Allah, them, Maya, seek the crystals. Allah, them, Maya, seek the crystals. What was that light all about? A voice, you say? I didn't hear a blasted thing. But hey, if you say so, then you probably did. Hopefully it gave y'all something to go on, which is darn sight better than anything I can do. So Gilgamesh gives me the Rhapsody of Might. Okay, so this is a cutscene. So I closed my stream earlier, so I'll have to figure out what to do earlier today. Probably do Zodiac Extreme again. I really want to get that mount. Then I can do some idling practice. I don't know. I actually beat him 3 times. He was pretty easy, man. Stream's not that bad. But my DPS is horrible. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all on my DPS. So let's see. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna look at that quest for missions. Adeline. Path of the Path Untraveled. It's funny because, you know, yeah, Theoris and Vanian has something to take. I don't know. Let's see the path untraveled. What it's going to take me to? 1 out of 2. It says, shit. Don't care for that. Go to either the Crag of Mia, the Crag of Hala, or the Crag of Dam. Collect the Shattered Telepoint. Okay, so we gotta go to the Shattered Telepoint. I think I'm gonna have to get my my other character here in a minute and do a little bit of more cutscenes here. Let's see. Move my character here a little bit. Yeah, I gotta move him a little bit because I don't want to lose him. And if I lose him, that will suck, you know. Let's see, do that again. Well, actually, I move her and I'm moving him at the same time, so That's just weird. Yeah, I gotta be careful with that. Because if I move him, let me actually find out if I am moving him. Let me see. What teleportation do I need to take here? Let's go with that there. Because it looks like I'm moving this character by accident. Yeah, I got chi. I got chi, alright. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. And she's gonna be running automatically, yeah. So whatever that is, it's moving automatically in my character. So if I do this... Oh, I'm not controlling that. I thought I would be controlling that, but I'm not. It's not. Okay, so I'm not really controlling that. That's weird. Okay. So, whatever. Let me jump my other character real quick. I'm going to change his sub job. So yeah, this is just an opportunity to play Final Fantasy 11 for free. Probably do this cutscene and close my stream for Final Fantasy 11 a little bit. And I was able to get into Final Fantasy 14. I can actually play a little bit because I'm playing before my sub ends, and you know it's getting close. Like I said, I'm just not into it right now. I end up coming back anyways. I don't know. See how that goes. Yeah, but I've been convinced not to quit, so I guess I'm not gonna quit. But I already unsubbed for this month, so we'll see. I don't know. I might end up just resubbing again. Sub job change. Just changing my sub job. Alright, so change this. And go in here. Bigs. Okay. I can change that back. Alright, so here we go. Gotta get him to the next crystal. I missed that crystal. I went to the other wrong way. Hey, look at that little Power Tower ninja. So cute. So I don't know, like I said, guys, I read a little earlier today on my stream. I'm glad I got this Zoom thing program. Very, very handy. If you want to get into it, I will probably put some links later on. Like, I wanted to be a content creator for 11, but 11 is so hard and content creating right now, especially the way it is. But 14, there's so many content creators out there, guys. I cannot compete with them. I like 14. I'll probably play it as a game, like a regular on and off time, whatever. To another home point. All right, this is taking too long. All right. Oh, nothing yet. So here he comes. He should pop in here. I get to teleport whatever I need to go. There he is, right there. My hero. We're gonna teleport. Teleport down. Here we go. So these are the old teleports. They teleport us to them. And gotta take us where we need to go. Actually, I need to look at my frame rate. I haven't been checking on that. So I should check it after the stream, and then I'll get into it, and then that way do a little bit of this real quick. Oh, look at the happy little elf. He looks very happy. What's up, gentlemen? Look at this dude. Look, he's all looking like something. Look at that hat, dude. That is a pimp ass hat. Wearing it sideways. That's some drip right there. Look at that. Drip, drip. I'm a badass Elvin. Yeah, look, he's all drippy. Yeah. Right. I can't jump here. Come on, let me get in there. Yeah, I can do that jump emotion. So I can do this. Let me try that again. She's jumped. There's no jump in here, guys. I swear. I had to actually. It's an emote in this game. I wish they had jump in here. That would be cool. Yeah, that's something that 14 really needs. I mean 11. Sorry, not 14. 14 has that. But anyways, here it goes. We get into our next cutscene. So she's in there. Oh, it's the lion. What's she doing there, laying down? Her soul is there. Like her spirit is there. But she came out of the mother crystal. Basically, she got resurrected out of that mother crystal. She basically died and went in there. She pulled a Minfilia, but in the end, she came back out alive. She says, Hadassah, why? Why am I here? Am I still dreaming? Or can it really be me? Can it really be? Lately, I've been the strangest visions. It's her spirit. People fled to the four corners of Vanadale, futilely trying to escape an ever-growing cloud of darkness. Ooh. Yeah. And there I stood, frozen, my legs unable to do so much as quiver. End of times. The mother crystal visions can't be simple happenstance. Our world has remained resilient thanks to the mother crystal's blessings. But what if it's our turn to protect her? In my dream, an infernal gloom obscured the mother crystal from view. This mother crystal isn't the only one. Of course, I've no way of knowing if I'm even at the right one. Wait, does that mean you've seen the same vision? I see. Then this Iroha come from the future where much the same thing has happened. Then the beastmen that ravaged the three nations are not to blame. So, what is this emptiness? Emptiness has been mentioned that too in Endwalker. It's the cloud of darkness. She might be the only one with an answer I seek. But then again, emptiness can also be Promethea, but she's the god of darkness. Where could we run into her again? Giving up isn't in my vocabulary, yet we have no choice but to hold off for now. In the meantime, I'd like you to go to the place I saw in my dream. I'd go there myself, but thank you. I'm pretty sure this place I saw somewhere near Janelle. Maybe Delphos Tower? Do you think? I'm not so sure. Lower Janelle. I'm not so sure. Quiffin Island. That's it. It's so clear to me now. I sure wish I could go with you, but now that I'm here in spirit, it doesn't take a soothsayer to know that the darkness bodes ill. Stay safe. All right. Gonna move my Frida. Okay. We're back in here. So I gotta go back to Quiffin Island. You know what this dude looks like? Looks like JoJo. It kind of looks like JoJo. You know, Jotaro, actually Jotaro. Yeah, with that hat sideways like that. Kind of looks cool, though. I have one, too. But it's not basically... let me see. Kind of weird, but I have to take out the static in a way. So, let me show you. Config, chat. Oh, it's number 3. I have to go back normal. See, she has one too. But it doesn't look cool as his. She has that Jotaro hat sitting sideways. That drip drip. Yeah. She'd be dripping. Very dripping, alright. Ah! Yeah, right. We'll put her back on this. The flower. Big. Because that's like the only thing she has left. And of course, that's a better gear, so what do I have to do? Yep, I gotta switch it. There's more critical hit on that. Okay. So let me go back here. I have to go to Quiffin Island. So let me move my character now again a little bit. Just gonna make sure he's okay, because then again, alright, so we're gonna head back to town. Real quick, and then the way I moved it. So, elite training, read about elite field support, operation, yes. Oh. Move him too. Let's see what's going on. I swear someone is giving me the wrong code. I don't have Apple. So whatever they're trying to do, they're giving the wrong. So anyways, yeah. Let's see what I have to do. Oh yeah, going to Quiffin Island, right? Yeah, so I don't think there was an outpost over there, but we can find something else. Get over there. Yeah, there should be a kid. No, these are little elven children. Yeah, they look smaller. It's closer. So, yeah. Talk about AFKs. You know, Janelle is like Limsa, basically. Limsa is like Janelle. This is the hot spot where everyone comes in and goes. Yeah. There we go. I gotta move my character just a little bit. That way I don't have to lose. Yeah, look at all these people, man. This is just Final Fantasy XI is still alive. And these are nothing but people selling shit on their bazaars. So this is a cool thing about a bazaar. You sell shit. People, you can check stuff, which I wish we could have that in Final Fantasy 14. People can examine you. And they'll go check your bazaar if you're selling something. And you can see how much you're selling for, and you go in there and buy it. Which I think that's kind of cool. That was one of the coolest things that you can do in Final Fantasy 11. So that's the one thing I do recommend that 14 gets one day is Bazaar. But they don't do that because they got market boards and they have to do competition there. Yeah, but in the end, Bazaars is unique because you can check what you're competing and try to sell it on your Bazaar. People can buy just off of you. I mean, it's a good thing to have. Something to be, you know, looking forward to. Alright, come on. Follow. So, follow. So, yeah. Do I have to go and Cliff Mine? Alright. Go to the crag of me. Okay, shattered. Okay, the marine. After this one, next question is the Heaven's Door. This one's at Heaven's Door. Oops. Do that. Click on Undulating Confluence at GA. I have to go a little further down. But I got a good way of getting there a little faster. I don't think we can use chip mounts in here, can we? Can we use mounts in here? I don't know. Let's try. Abilities, mounts. Iron Giant. Oh, she got her Iron Giant. That's right. Hold on. Oh. Oh, can I follow her? Yeah, I can. She's on follow mode. Cool. Okay. So he's on follow. Yeah, these are cool little Iron Giant mounts. And 11. Yeah. I like these kind of versions of it. We might end up getting some type of version. In 14, we might get this amount. And I wouldn't see why not. If 11 gets it, 14 gets it too. No, I don't see why not. That's something great. I love it. Put my character back here. Some people just left. They gave me leader. I am not leader. All right, so I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna take my character back to town real quick. Yeah, because I don't think we're doing anything here. And 14 camping is a notorious monster. So I'll just do a little bit of stuff here. And in Final Fantasy 11 and just get some stuff done. What's up? Nice. Okay. Like sky high, man. I gotta go to G8. Oh, that's all the way to the crystal there. They're almost tall as these gigas. Yeah, we got gigas in here. Everything in 14 is everything in 11. We got everything in here. That'd be cool if they ever remake it. We can climb these rocks to go to a mining spot there, you know? It'd be so cool. Oh, I got stuck. What the hell? What the hell? No, I'm over here. Come and follow me. Oh, man. You were not supposed to do that. Supposed to follow. No, dummy. God damn. Really gotta type it. I really had to type it, that's nice. Still boxing, that's fun. I don't want to do that no more. Just focus on my character, but I'm just messing around with my ex-wife's account. And, well, of course, me and her are working things out. I think we got something going on, so. She's the one that's convincing me not to quit 14. I'm like, alright. I'll reconsider. We'll take the move. Okay. So, we gotta dismount here. Definitely gotta dismount. Need to touch down. Let's see. My brother wants to play Back for Blood. I don't know. There is a confluence here at GA. Let's see, G8. It's a little further down south. Okay. I'm in the right place. Let's see. Alright, so we're here. I gotta touch this thing. Take off this. Because I don't have that great armor. Everything as my main character does, but Iroha. Master, you must not get any closer. The eddy is comprised at the self-same darkness that swallowed the vanity from my era. Oh, the eddy, Yeti. I think she meant Yeti. It's a monkey. Hello, monkey. It's a saying. Here we go. Here we go. Light. So I got everything here settled. Bitch. You don't do that to me. Oh, wow. He really took down? Yeah, he did. She got it on. But she can handle that. Nice Samba. Not answering that call. Because I don't know who that is. Ah, he's dead. Easy, easy, easy. Very easy. Okay. So we talk to the conflicts again to the next cutscene. A battle worthy of the master. Forgive me for pointing out that the obvious. That monster clearly came from beyond the vortex. But we must not let fear overwhelm us. Come. The other dimension awaits. Bought it. Yeah. This other half is you, basically. Oh, basically. Surely. Or yeah, now you are. It's like an Ashen. That's crazy. It's crazy. It's kind of cool though. Like a dead world of Vanadale. Her world, her realm. Well, not her realm, but it's somewhat like hers. Zed is here. Or Zed is there because he knows. He's holds the darkness. He's the Dark Knight. Where are we? The century of Zeta. But not the one we know. Are you the one known as Zed? That's right, and you must be Iroha. Aldo has told me much about you. I know I have had to investigate as soon as I heard something was amiss. The only color here is the color of death. The empty husk is void of anything that we could call nature. The first thing I noticed about this place is striking resemblance to the sanctuary of Zeta located in the northeastern Mindarlia. Oh no, is it Mindarlia or Mindartia? Zeta, yes, I've run across the name of several times before. Yes, it was when the master was first visited Ryzenjima. She said that she was a sanctuary there, much like the one in my homeland. Those chosen by the Mother Crystal may enter a holy shrine deep within the sanctuary to receive a protection of the Dawn Maidens. Its layout that their features resembles Zeta, and that there can be no doubt. Yet the magic is warmth are gone, like we are in a different world entirely. Or is this the future? I do not believe so. If the coming emptiness is swallowed by the world, then I would be more than inclined that we believe that we are catching a glimpse of what is swallowed world would be like. I guess I want to say this is what the Zillart were avoiding. I think the Zillart were avoiding a somewhat like a calamity, or what Endwalker is going through. It's kind of like that, the final days, basically, what the Zillart are going through. But they postponed it with their technology, just like the Ashens did. So you'll catch, if you're like new to Final Fantasy 11, I can't wait if they remake this game. You'll find the big resemblance from Final Fantasy 14 and 11. It's a beautiful story, beautiful. Did you hear that? A bell, but where? Where goes there? Z, please stay with us. Oh. Something foul is afoot. The world blurred and I took a leave of myself. You were under its thrall. Its clamoring has ceased. Then we may yet find a respite. Master, this may be a world where we refer to the Eska. I still have much to learn, but your words that they will stay with me. When the darkness first came, the Middlelands were the first one to be assaulted. So as the land has consumed, leaving the colorless landscape where life was once thrived. It marked the beginning of the end. Yet the end, and that world you said was known as Escha, or Etheris. Yet the annals say that the emptiness first started to appear many years hence. So why now? Why here? It's been leaking. What if history were being rewritten? It could be that my returning to your time has placed a stick in the wheel of faith. Has the darkness come with me? Though it may be consuming entirely, I fear that the change of the future, we are to save the past. Okay. So we gotta move characters here real quick. I gotta move this character. And why is it not moving? I gotta move me characters because I don't want to be losing them here. So, anyways, though comes to pass, you're right. Then the rather difficult is to wrap my head around. Iroha, is there any way that you could purge the Eshka from our land? That with that I had to answers you seek. Then the only path lies open to us. Figure out what we can for ourselves. As if the land were not dangerous enough, now we have to unholy bail the condemned with. A pure reality at best. Master, perhaps the lion could provide us with the guidance that we so desperately require. Lion? My understanding is that note resonate with the Mother Crystals more strongly than she. It's like a bell. That's probably what the Ashens heard, is like a bell of time, and that's what the sisters had. They entered like this dynamic world This is basically what it is. Dynamis. Your role in protecting our future is vital, Master, but Lion is our equal importance. She is with the crystal now. Is she not? She is with the crystal. Then we must hurry. We must go. Hurry. You don't have wait. So we gotta get out of there. So yeah, this is Eshka here. Yeah, it's a good place to actually level too, man. I kid you not. I think this is a, let's see, it'd be worthwhile. This is a good place to actually get some experience in here. It's a ninja. I wonder. I gotta figure the Eshka all about later on. We go. All right, so. So, let me see. We're out of here. So, we will call it here for now. Actually, I'm going to change my attire really quick. Because I got stuck with something that shouldn't have. Config. Now we static up. Now we can static up. Okay. So we had to get that right. Alright, so cool. We got it there. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it for Final Fantasy 11. And let's switch up to a little bit of Final Fantasy 14. Talked to my brother. We actually wanted to play Back for Blood, but it's kind of late, and tomorrow's my last day. It's already 11:05. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what I can do real quick, and I'm gonna cut the stream. I don't know if I want to stream Final Fantasy 14 or whatever, but I want to say thank y'all for watching. Those who watched, it's awesome, very very awesome. So I still got to figure out a lot of stuff here, especially with the voice. Because I can't hear myself. Yeah. You know how it goes. Anyways, thank you for watching. Yeah, have a good night. Yeah. Time to be playing some music. Oh man, it ain't working. There we go. We gon' play Final Fantasy 3rd. Oh, 11, not 13. Well, this is my end of the stream. Playing with the cat girls and elven women. Yeah. This song is weird. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.